We turn now to a months-long 3 News investigation into a public official over potential ethics violations. The same Lake County commissioner touts his ethical standards, all while working a side job using taxpayer resources. 3 News investigator Marissa Sines uncovered this alleged abuse and what the lawmaker did once he learned of what we found.
We obtained the internet history of Lake County Commissioner John Plecnik to show he was paid to teach an online class, not only during his workday as a commissioner, but from his government office. Now, some are raising questions of how this conflicts with state ethics laws.
Hello, I'm Lake County Commissioner John Plecnik.
His face is ubiquitous in Lake County politics. Cable TV ads, parades, community newspapers, even bragging in press releases about the A on his report card. Commissioner John Plecnik isn't shy about self-promotion.
I believe it's important to constantly learn, and I do take courses in public administration so that I can serve the people better, and I'm proud of that.
But the Republican lawmaker is more than a commissioner and a part-time student at Liberty University. Plecnik has somehow discovered ways to be in 2 places at one time, while earning over $200,000 a year as a lawmaker and Cleveland State law professor. It's that uncanny ability that's raising questions of potential violations of state ethics laws.
There were a lot of questions in there.
Accusations rose when Plecnik added a part-time gig, teaching a class by Zoom at North Carolina Central University Law School.
I'm a teacher, I believe in public service, and I'm not doing this for money.
How did he find the time in the middle of the day to teach a 3-hour class 3 days a week? That very question is at the center of our 3-month investigation.
Using public records laws, we obtained Plechnik's office internet history and corresponding security records. Before releasing the data, prosecutors removed confidential records of his North Carolina and Cleveland State students. What emerged was a pile of browser visits to colleges where Plecnik both worked and attended.
And little connection to Lake County, making this a sweet deal for Plecnik, who solved his time crunch by treating his county office as his personal classroom.
I think it's absolutely ethical to teach a class, and I think it's wrong to question someone who's trying to do their best.
Plechnik's interpretation appears to conflict with Ohio's ethics laws, prohibiting public officials from, quote, using public time, facilities, personnel, or resources while engaging in private outside employment.
I did not do it in any way for personal gain. Ask any teacher or adjunct. They are not paid enough to do it for profit. And I've donated all of the money to charity because profit is not a part of it.
4 days after learning of our investigation, Plecnik delivered a press release touting his donation of his North Carolina $9,000 stipend to the local NAACP. Plecnik denied using the donation for political cover.
I always planned to donate the money, but I needed to have a vote of the NAACP for them to accept the contribution.
However, Case Western Reserve University law professor Jonathan Enton says state ethics laws specifically ban public officials from using their office for outside work.
If you are using a public office, that is, space in a government building, that could well be a violation of that provision.
Fellow Commissioner John Hamercheck sits on the NAACP board. He admits his surprise by Plechnik's sudden generosity and by the findings of our investigation that prompted this internal memo from prosecutors.
What went through your head when it all kind of started to come together? Did you start raising your own questions?
No, that's when I hit the point of no one was more surprised than I. I was rather taken aback by it.
Prosecutor Charles Colson endorsed Plecnik in this month's election, but refuses to discuss the commissioner's actions. His October 20th memo to all 3 commissioners appears to target Plecnik.
He laid out state statute and what the tipping points would be, if I could put it in those terms, of what is or is not permitted by state statute.
Plecnik says he's taught at the historically black university in North Carolina and created a scholarship in tribute to his former CSU dean. Despite his denials, our investigation has caused Plecnik to self-report his conduct to the Ohio Ethics Commission, whose own investigation will be reviewed by the county prosecutors for potential criminal charges. Marissa Signs, 3 News.